Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Plot Pilled podcast. I'm Dallan,
I'm Jordan.
and today we have a little bit more of a structured show. We're hoping that this is going to be like kind of the structure going forward.
We're tweaking.
Yeah, we're tweaking.
The format.
Not tweaking out, but we're tweaking the the format. I kind of want to start out the episode though, kind of being like, how are you? How are you doing? A little conversational.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Don't actually ask me that because my week at work has been the most frustrating thing on the planet.
Mine has been up and down. I had like a really good day on Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday just I hated it. I hated every moment of it. And then today I was like, you know what? It's not too bad. So who knows what tomorrow will bring?
Oh my God, right?
Who knows?
Well, mine was all
at this point.
Just technology bullshit.
Yeah.
I just had a bunch of crap that just wouldn't work the way I needed it to. And I work remote, I work from home, so it's one of those things where it's like I can message someone, but for the most part I'm on my own to figure it out. And I dicked around with posting 2 social media posts for 4 hours.
Oof.
Because the images and the videos that they gave me do not work with those social media platforms. So I had to sit there and see if I could figure out ways to convert them and shit. And it just, I don't know, it just took forever. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some news. So this is how it's going to kind of be, I guess, structured out. So we're going to have 3 sections, and then we're going to have the deep dive topic. So we're going to go through each of the 3 sections. First, each of these sections have different topics within them. And we're just going to go through them, give our thoughts on each of the topics. So the 3 sections we have are... go ahead and tell them what the 3 sections are.
So we're going to be trying to cover topics in, obviously, mainstream entertainment, since that's what mostly everybody watches. But we're also going to dip into indie and obscure projects. And when I say indie, I don't mean like Sundance film.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not... art, it's not like artsy.
Yeah, it's not art house films.
Intellectual.
No,
yeah,
it's more
navel gazing bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's more people wanting to tell stories and telling those stories.
It's people who have their own projects and they're trying to get them off the ground. Like, I still consider Has Been Hotel.
Yeah,
an indie project, even though
it
got picked up by Netflix, but it's still
Amazon.
Or Amazon, that's right. But Vivzy Pop is still the driving force behind that. And the only reason it is where it is because she pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. And then we're going to do some anime stuff, and then we'll move on to our deep dive topic. So we will get smoother as this goes. But
yes.
This episode will probably be a little bit rough because I'm trying to pull stuff up as we talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've looked over everything, but obviously, don't remember the details, so... Anywho, so I guess first up on our mainstream / Hollywood news is the One Piece, so the Netflix One Piece casting picks and the roadmap for season 2.
We watched the trailer literally before hitting record because we really want to make sure that it's fresh in our minds. I really like it. I see Netflix One Piece as more of a novelty than something I'm really looking forward to. Mm-hmm. I look forward to it, but I'm not frothing at the mouth for the next season. You know what I mean? It's because I know they're never gonna catch up.
Right.
I know they're never gonna I know they're never gonna finish it.
It's physically
impossible. It's physically impossible unless you literally took these people and spent 3 years. I'm talking 365 days a year, and then or 366 if you manage to hit on a leap year.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day, 24/7 filming.
Well, you have to
probably for 3 to 4 years.
You'd have to keep what's essentially a soap opera schedule.
Yes, yeah.
Which means that the sets and the effects would have to go...
Would drop in quality.
You would either have to let those people get so far ahead, which I don't even know how you would do that.
Yeah, no.
But they'd drop in quality. Now, maybe with AI stuff in the future, that'll be a little bit more possible.
Yeah.
So... perhaps a live action One Piece isn't. Although still, it's going to take you. How many episodes? We're on 1,000.
1,000, I believe, 160 something. I believe.
So that's
1,160.
1, 2.
That sounds right.
3. I'm not good at math in my head, but I'm pretty sure that's over 3 years. Oh, you might be able to pull that off.
You might be able to do it.
Potentially. You might. If you keep a soap opera schedule.
Yes.
But anyway.
But that would mean that the quality would drastically drop.
Oh, it would. It would have to.
And
because it'd be so
nobody
fast.
would really want to watch that.
No.
No one wants to watch a One Piece soap opera. That's just not.
No.
That's just not what.
I'm kind of hoping they get to. Where are you hoping they get to?
I'm hoping they get to at least the time skip.
Yeah, that's ambitious, I think.
That is ambitious.
That's kind of my hope too.
Because I mean, you have to get through Alabasta, which is what they just finished filming. They just finished filming all of Alabasta.
Mm-hmm.
So they filmed seasons 1, 2, and 3 consecutively, and then you have to get through Skypiea, and then I'm guessing they're gonna probably skip Long Ring Island, just because Foxy is not overtly important.
No.
And then, so after Skypiea, then you'd have to go to Water 7 / Innie's Lobby.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to do Thriller Bark. And then you have to do Saba Odie and Marineford and Impel Down and that whole... that whole saga. That Marineford saga, I think is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. Once you get to there... you have to honestly stop. Because at that point, I feel like that's... what? We waited 2 years for this one?
Yeah.
It was 2024 when the first season came out. And we're waiting until 2026.
Yep.
And it's like, you can't keep the actors looking, young long enough to manage to do that. Like Emily Rudd... and I hate bringing this up because it's stupid, and I hate whenever other people bring it up. But, like, Emily Rudd's in her 30s.
Right.
Like, she's gonna age out of the Nami character. She just is.
Yes.
Like, that's gonna happen. Like, and so is, honestly, the guy who plays Luffy. Because you need that young look to Luffy. And if he ends up going into his 30s, he's not gonna look that young anymore.
Right. He'll be too developed.
Yeah, he'll be way too
weird way.
Yeah, he'll be way too broaden out and and
he'll
just
fill out too much.
Fill out and kind of the same goes for the guy who plays Zoro and Usopp and Sanji and all of them.
All of them.
It's one of those bad realities of making a live action anything, especially with something of being this long.
Right.
So. Like I said, I see it more as a novelty. I see it more as like, oh, that's cool. I'll watch it. I'm looking forward to it. But I'm not keeping my hopes up that they're gonna, make it all the way to the end.
No,
that's just not gonna happen.
No.
It's just kind of something for fun for me. But I like what I see in the trailer. I noticed that there was like a circus. So we're probably gonna see more Buggy.
Yep.
And Velveeta and or Alvida and all of those guys. Hopefully we get Ricky in this season, since they cheated us out of him in the first season. But hopefully we get to see him.
Yeah.
And I really hope that they keep with what worked in the first season. In just keeping the silliness and the goofiness of it all, and really working with that, but also putting their own spin on things. And I think that was what made that first season really work. It is a shame, though, because that does mean if they just stop after the time skip, that means we don't get to see Doflamingo in all his glory
and
Dressrosa in live action, which does suck. But
it does suck. I
and
Flamingo. They better work him in there.
I hope so.
I mean,
yeah.
Well, he'll be in there because he's in there in the show, but I love him.
And like the last thing
he's my favorite antagonist.
Yeah, the last thing I will say is, like, on this topic is just, I do feel bad for the actors a little bit, because it's really cool to be cast as as a character, but if you're cast as like Doflamingo, well, you're never gonna get to be. You're never gonna really get to be Doflamingo because like you're gonna just show up for Marineford and that's it.
Right.
And then like that one scene in Skypiea, if they even still have that.
Did they better though? That's like his
introduction.
It's his defining introduction. Oda's a master at introducing characters.
He is.
Like, he's so freaking good at it. Everything you need to know about a character is usually in their introductory scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he's all like puppeteering the Navy guy to fight the other Navy guy
yes.
in the meeting room.
Yes.
And he's,
he's over there cackling like a little shit about it.
Yeah. Like in...
Well, like the guy who plays Mihawk, too.
Sengoku comes in and just tells him to knock it off.
Yeah. But the guy who plays Mihawk, too, I mean, like, he got cast as, in my opinion, one of the coolest characters in the whole show. And in the anime, we still haven't even seen him fully. So but at least... They'll at least get fighting parts, though, in Marineford. If they can make it through Marineford.
Everyone gets into the action in Marineford at the very least, but...
They'll have a lot of screen time there, so hopefully.
Yeah. But, like one of the... Here's another example. Brook. Like, if they get someone to play Brook, he's gonna play him for, like, a season and a half? like, it's just... it sucks. Mm-hmm. And I'm interested to see what their plan is. Like, I'm interested to see what that is, but...
Well, okay, so... Let's see here. Told you it'd be a little bit rough. Because what we were originally going to talk about was the casting.
Yes.
So they've got Dragon, Dr. Kureha, and, who's that, bro?
What? Who? What is his name? Oh, he's the sword salesman for Zoro.
That's right, in Logetown, that's right.
He's the guy who sells him Kitetsu and fuck. I can't remember what his name or what the other sword's name is, but I know Kitetsu.
Yeah, Kitetsu and is it the one he still has?
No, it's the one that gets rusted and gets destroyed at
Water
Water 7.
That, right? Is it No, it's not Shusui either.
No.
I know most of his sword names.
Yeah, Shisui's the one he gets to replace the one that got rusted.
Yeah.
I just can't remember what the name of the one that got rusted is.
But anyway, they also have Miss Wednesday / Phoebe, Nefertari Cobra, and Mr. Nine. And that looks like it so far.
Yeah, and then they have Smoker as well.
They do have Smoker, but he was cast already.
And Robin.
Before this announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Robin as well.
I'm surprised they didn't get Jamie Lee Curtis to
be
Dr. Kura. She wanted to be in it, yeah.
I know, she would have,
I think she would have been really good.
She would have been a great
She would have been pretty good. But
I'm sure that lady will be good too.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, these casting choices, I think, work really well.
Right, like appearance-wise.
Yeah, no, I think they look pretty good.
The only thing that's gonna throw me, I think, is the blue hair on her skin tone for Vivi.
For a moment, I thought...
It's like gonna be like weird color combo, but we'll see. Maybe they'll make it look really good.
Yeah. No, I mean, from the small little bit, it looks pretty good on her, I think.
It's hard to see her full hair, though, because she's like, it's a really low shot up at...
Up,
like, barely
an
really
up
see
angle.
her hair, yeah.
For a moment, I thought that the guy who played Mr. 5... Or not, right? Mr. 5... Or Mr. 9. Mr. 9, I thought that was Robbie Keane from fucking... Cobra Kai. For a moment, I thought it was him, and I was like, wait, what?
He looks super young to me, Mr. 9. I never clocked Mr. 9 being that young, but he looks really young.
I've always imagined Mr. 9 to be in his mid-20s.
Yeah.
Maybe. But there has been some controversy about the...
Hold on. I've got one more, like, completely inane comment to make. I think the guy who's cast as Nefertari Cobra, though, is a little too hot for that role.
Hey, man, Cobra's a good-looking guy. Like, I don't know.
I'm sorry, Cobra is not a good-looking guy. Maybe in his youth, not anymore. That guy's way too good-looking. But anyway.
Or maybe they'll do some prosthetics and like get him looking a little older.
Yeah, maybe. I like the guy who's gonna play Dragon though.
He does look really good.
That's a good choice. I can see definitely with makeup and stuff and the hair,
the tattoo,
he's
or the brand.
Yeah, he'll look sick. He'll look great.
Yeah, I think he'll look pretty good.
Anyway, The controversy.
Oh, yes. So, there has been some controversy about Vivi's casting.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I don't care. I think that it's a little silly to complain about it, just because like Usopp is never outright, nobody had a problem with Usopp's casting. No one came out and said anything about Usopp's casting, and there's nothing in Usopp that definitively says, "Oh yeah, he's black." Like in his character design, he just got a long nose and bigger lips.
He's got
I guess,
skin
but
tone than everyone else.
But
Except
yeah,
for maybe Zoro, but Zoro's supposed to be Okinawan, I think, based.
Yeah.
Obviously not actually Okinawan because Okinawa does not exist in One Piece.
But it's like the whole thing of like, people would complain when Robin lost her tan. Because
in the anime.
Yeah, in the anime, because they always saw Robin as being darker skinned, and they thought that was like how she was, portrayed. And then after the time skip, when they made her pale, a lot of people thought that was like, race swapping or whatever. But the truth is that the only reason why she was tan in the anime was because the Toei animators needed to have different palette for skins for each of the characters to make them a bit more distinct and pop out more. That was the only reason, because back then they didn't really have the technology and animation to make them pop out from the backgrounds and make them distinct from each other. But in the manga, if you ever look at the actual illustrations by Oda, she's always been pale skin ever since her inception. She's always been pale skin. Oda himself even says Robin is Russian in nationality. And funnily enough, something that they kept in the anime that is not true in the comics or in the manga is Robin doesn't have blue eyes. She has brown eyes in the manga.
Oh yeah.
It's just one of those things like you have to kind of, I don't know. I feel like people have a knee-jerk reaction towards race swapping, even though I don't see Vivi necessarily as a race swap, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
And like I don't have a problem. I think she looked pretty good in the role. I think that the costume design and the hair looks pretty good from the shot that we see of her.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the hair in the manga's the way she wears it as Miss Wednesday is butt fugly anyway. So.
Yeah, no, it gets better. I really hope they do like the bangs that she gets eventually.
Oh yeah, it's just it'll yeah.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
yeah.
Look good on anybody.
No.
Sporty Spice is the only one that can wear that tight of a high ponytail.
Yeah, but in my opinion, I think it just matters on how well she plays the role.
Yeah, yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm of two minds about it. I agree that this fixation on skin color and when we cast, animated characters into live action is just, it needs to stop.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the people who do have a knee-jerk reaction to it have been bashed over the head and in the face for about a decade now.
Yeah.
People calling them racist when they're fucking not.
Yeah.
Most of them. Maybe 1% of them are. I don't know. But most of them are not. And the only reason they're bitching about it is because the side that started doing it in the first place politicized the shit out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I think it's just a really complex, I don't know, just, it's a complex, messy topic. Because on the one hand, it's like, I understand where people are coming from with the knee-jerk reaction and being like, excuse you, she's very light-skinned in the anime, what are you doing? Like, And on the other, and I wish people would quit politicizing it, but in order for that to happen, both sides have to quit politicizing it.
Yeah.
And that one side is probably never going to stop politicizing it. Not the people complaining about it, the people doing it. And the people, quote-unquote, defending it by calling people racists who are complaining about it. Like, y'all need to just back the fuck up off each other.
Yeah.
But one side kind of has to do it first because they started this shit.
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from. Like, you started it. You're the reason that everyone's bitching about it now. quit politicizing the crap out of it, and we'll go back to the good old days when casting could happen and no one blinked an eye if the skin color of all things was different from the original animated character. No one used to give a shit until you all started making, until people, a certain segment of the population started making a big old deal about it.
Yeah. And I think, but I feel like it's a difference a little bit. Well, for one, a lot of people are saying that they made Vivi black. She's not black. She's
no, she looks Middle Eastern.
Yeah, she's
which makes sense.
She's Middle Eastern, which makes sense for where she.
I'm assuming Middle Eastern.
I think she might be maybe Indian, maybe.
Yeah, I can't tell from her name. I'm gonna butcher it, but Karithra Chandran, maybe something like that.
Yeah, that sounds like Hindi sort of.
Let's see here.
Name origin.
Funny enough, she's British, but let's see here.
From what descent?
Right. There we go. Ethnicity. Let's see. She blah blah blah. It's not telling me. Tamil Indian. So yeah.
Okay, so Indian, and it makes sense from where she's from. I feel like Oda. No, back then, almost all anime characters look white. It's just how they're designed, right? Mm-hmm. Despite the fact that they're supposed to be Japanese. And I feel. What are you looking at?
I'm trying to see how long we're taking on this topic.
It's just 21 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're fine.
20 other topics.
It's fine.
We just might have to skip some.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, no, we don't have to.
But I'm not sitting here for 3 hours.
We're not going to sit here for 3 hours. But no, I the last thing I'll say on it is I don't mind it. And also, it's been confirmed that Oda was the one that, casted it. He was in charge of casting. That's what does it for me.
If Oda cast it, then that's what it is.
Yep.
And there was probably no political...
No.
I would assume no political... I can't remember my words today.
Agenda.
Yes, political agenda behind it if it was him doing the casting. So
yeah.
That's that.
Yep.
And then I guess we can just touch real quickly on the roadmap. So season 2 is going to cover Logtown, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island, which I feel is a good thing because that gives Alabasta its own season.
It also lets the characters introduced in that breathe.
Yes, Chopper especially has to be able to breathe.
Yes.
There's and Vivi.
And Vivi, yeah.
They both have to be able to be on screen for a little bit and breathe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chopper looks super cute though. I'm kind of shocked at how good the 3D.
I really like Chopper, and if you've seen the pictures of Kadu, he looks pretty good too.
Does he? I've not seen those yet. I'll look those up after this.
Yeah, there's some pictures of Kadu out there, and he looks pretty cute.
Nice. Okay, so that's One Piece from Netflix. Mm-hmm. Moving on to another one of your favorite franchises, I think, which is the Mario franchise.
I like Mario.
And the Donkey Kong movie.
I'm of two minds of Donkey Kong getting his own movie. For one, it's cool that the character is getting more attention and respect after being in the toilet for a decade. But at the same time, I know who's going to voice him, and it's going to be Seth Rogen, and I fucking can't stand Seth Rogen. But I know that's who's going to voice him, because that's who voiced him in the Mario movie. So I'm of two minds. I'm looking forward to it, especially if it's just kind of just fun like the Mario movie was. But I hate Seth Rogen's voice.
Seth Rogen's not even a good... I'm sorry.
He's not a good actor, no. He just plays himself. And that's the biggest problem that I have with him. He's kind of like... I don't know whose idea it was to make Chris Pratt into Mario and Seth Rogen into fucking Donkey Kong, but whoever decided that in Illumination needs to...
be smacked with
needs to be taken outside. It's like, oh, I hate it. But whatever. If it's fun, it's fun, and I can get over it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really have much to add to this part. Donkey Kong and Mario have never been my thing. I didn't even see the Mario movie. So.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. It's fun. Yeah. It's not like anything it's not nearly as good as the Sonic movies. I'll say
the
that.
Sonic movie
Yeah,
so much.
it's-
I cannot wait. I am like
Oh, I'm so excited for Sonic 4.
I am stalking
You have no
the
idea.
internet for any news.
Especially since my favorite character's coming in, Amy Rose.
Yeah.
Gonna be so good. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, like, I cannot wait.
There's, of course, fake trailers out there.
Oh, yeah, I see all the fake trailers.
With their AI fake trailers. And they're getting more sneaky about it, too, because the AI...
Like, look at what we can do with the AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to just pull stuff from the existing movies anymore. You can
Green screen it where it looks really shitty.
Right, and you can tell.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm definitely looking forward to that. But there's no new news on that one yet.
Yeah.
I want the freaking Shadow movie, too, though.
Yes. I really hope that they make a Shadow movie. Or a series. I'd prefer it to be a movie.
I would prefer it to be a movie.
But if they do a series, it's cool too.
Although I'd take both.
Yeah, I'd take both.
Why not both?
I know that Idris Elba was talking about. This is going off topic, but I know that Idris Elba and Keanu Reeves have been talking about doing a Shadow and Knuckles TV show together.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
especially because those two bigger.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
It'd be highly. And I liked the Knuckles show, even though it was so quirky and campy.
It was so stupid, but it was fun.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked watching Wade get his own
arc.
his own little spotlight there for a while. And Knuckles cracks me up regardless. So.
Yeah.
All right, so that is that. Moving on to the one that I think's kind of funny. The Rambo origin film.
Good Lord, I don't even know where to start with this. It's just like, why do we need this?
I don't know.
Why do we need was Rambo really that interesting and complex of a character that we need an origin story? It's like making an origin story of Sam Witwicky from the freaking Transformers movies. Like,
right, we didn't need his childhood.
Yeah, we don't need to know where he comes from. Like, why?
Well, and my thing with this, especially this kind of a character's origin story, is like you said, no, he's not that deep and he's not that complex.
Yeah.
He is an 80s action film.
Yeah.
Hero protagonist.
Yeah.
He's a badass. He, gets out of impossible situations because he's a killing machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But I don't need, and that's the thing too about Rambo is in the original Rambo movie, you saw him at his peak.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go backwards and watch him not at his peak?
Yeah,
I don't care enough.
I don't understand that. It's like, yeah, let's give an origin story to Maverick. Why?
Right.
From Top Gun. Why? No. There's no point to do that.
No, that's the thing with
Maverick.
We don't
need that.
Is that, even though it came out decades later, it worked with Tom Cruise's age.
Yeah.
And it moved the story forward.
Yeah.
We already saw Top Gun was his origin story.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get Maverick.
And that's kind of how it is with Rambo, too. Like, Rambo First Blood is his origin story. I don't know what else could be told about Rambo.
Like him being some grunt in the army. Who cares?
Who cares? That's so boring, but
yeah,
everything has to come back for some reason.
No,
I'm just waiting for them to make an origin story of fucking Snake from Escape from New York. Why would we need that ever?
Right, yeah. Let's watch that.
Snake Plissken from Escape from New York.
Well, it just goes back to what we were talking about last week too, where the one author on X was talking about how Hollywood's in major trouble because not only are they already creatively bankrupt, but all the talent's aging out and all the people coming in don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Exactly, yeah.
Because they went into this environment where all they had to do was push out the agenda approved stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And and it's in indie spaces it's happened on the right too, where all you have to do is push out the agenda approved crap. But that's all they had to do was get that agenda shit in there. And you were golden. And we'll make that movie. We'll spend billions on it. We'll stick it in theaters for it to make maybe a measly, $500 million or whatever. Maybe, if we're lucky.
Yeah.
So, it's just going back to that, too, I think. It's just do none of you have ideas? Not a one of you.
Not a single one.
Not a single one of you has ideas. Just, no, let's make a Donkey Kong movie. Let's make a Rambo origin story of all freaking things.
Yeah.
So... yeah, we'll see how that one goes.
I feel like the Hollywood section is always going to be our most angry part.
It's going to be the one where we're just Hollywood sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's,
It's good to get it out of the way right away.
Well, there's
though.
some stuff that is good. Like the next one, the next topic we have is very good. It's Only Murders in the Building, season 5. Their trailer.
I'm very excited for this.
Trailer just came out. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite comedy shows that have come out of recent memory.
Yes.
It's also like it's great because it's also not only is it a really great comedy, but it's a really engaging and fun mystery show as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because the writers know what they're doing when they're writing mystery, and like especially murder mystery.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good at it. They're really good at like plopping down little clues and letting you try to figure it out and theorize along with the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like my mom and I we watch British detective shows all the time. That's kind of our pastime, and my mom and I we love doing that. We love theorizing, trying to figure it out before the cops do. It's just what we like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really fun, and then just have these amazing personalities of Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez playing these characters, and you have no idea whether or not any of this is actually scripted. Some of the stuff is actually scripted, or if it's just the three of them messing around. They're so charming and likable that like it works. It's such an odd premise, but it works.
Right. Yeah. No. I think if a trailer can make me laugh and be excited, like that's such. I don't know. It's a really good sign, and I love this show. And they're one of the few ones I think that actually know how to do trailers.
Yeah,
they did that trailer really well.
They did.
It was very well done.
I didn't get much from it.
No, exactly. You're not supposed to. Except, no. Oh yeah, I'm excited. I want to watch that one.
I do like that the Nazi guy from Inglourious Bastards is in it. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, but no, I think
he's playing one of the mob bosses.
Right. I think it looks good. I think it's going back to kind of. Well, actually, I guess it's not. But I don't know. I like the direction it's going in.
Yeah.
Like, the past seasons have all been very, very personal and very, very focused on one of the main three.
Mm-hmm.
And while this is still personal, because this,
they knew
latest,
this guy.
Right, murder victim was kind of their friend, definitely an acquaintance, someone they saw every day.
They didn't know much about him as well.
Right. Well, it doesn't seem like any of the three of them are going to get really, really tangled up in something.
Yeah.
And so I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the vibes of the trailer, gave me Knives Out feelings.
Yeah.
It felt kind of like Knives Out. And I was like, I am here for this. This was awesome. So, I am definitely looking forward to that. I did not catch the actual release date, but we'll be all up in that when it does come out.
Yes.
All right. The next ones are kind of 3 quick funny ones. We have Haunted Hotel trailer, but I didn't watch that, so I'm going to push that to next week.
Okay. It's pretty good.
Okay, yeah, and I want to talk about it, so we're just going to do these next 3. Potentially, there's no formal announcement. There's nothing. It's just Jerry Bruckheimer talking. But saying that he thinks he could get Johnny Depp back on board as Jack Sparrow for another Pirates of the Caribbean movie if Johnny Depp likes the script enough. So...
I'm down for that. We need some good Johnny Depp humor again, I feel.
Yeah, poor guy.
It sucks that, I really hope they do better than the last 2 movies that have come out.
Yeah. No, if it's within the caliber of the first 3, I'll be thrilled.
Yes.
If it looks like those last
well, you need to get
2 or 3
Gore Verbinski? Is that the guy? I think that's the guy who directed the first 3.
Yeah,
you need to get him back because that guy knows how to make a good story. And
not good writers
and
too.
Yeah, good writers.
The ones that are actually make the script.
Yeah, but Gore Verbinski, he knows what he's doing when it comes to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
And I feel like the last 2 movies, because they didn't really have him much involved in them, that's kind of why they fell apart a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And why they kind of, the 5th one I believe flopped. It didn't do well. I think it did.
No. And the 4th one's awful.
The 4th one is horrible. But yeah, if it's in the same vibe of the first 3 movies, which are some of my favorite. It's probably one of my favorite movie trilogies ever made. I really hope they do it justice. So
yeah. Yep. I guess we'll see.
Yep.
All right, the next one is The epic failure of Ballerina.
Yeah.
Says, hang on, fails to match original John Wick box office, leads to $94 million quarterly net loss.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I mean, this is kind of one of those things,
brutal.
right? Of just like Hollywood not having any ideas. And so they come up with a franchise and they're like, well, John Wick did really good. Let's make a movie about a side character from John Wick that, like, nobody really cares about. And it's like, yeah, Ana de Armas is a great actress, but, like, who cares about Ballerina? Like, we want to see John Wick.
Right. More John Wick.
Like,
if people want.
If you made a character, like, for example, if they freaking made a movie off of, I forget what her name is, but Halle Berry's character from, I believe, the third movie, I am sold. Like, I would watch a movie about her because she's super interesting and she's got her 2 dogs and, like, she has them completely trained and they can just rip people apart. Like, I would definitely watch a movie about her. Because she's interesting, but, like, I know nothing about Ballerina. I don't really care about Ballerina. She was in one movie, and, like, it's just like, okay.
Right.
Cool.
Right. Whatever.
But, yeah,
Thanks.
like, yeah, it's just one of those examples of studio thinking, oh, we're hot shit because we made a whole bunch of money on this franchise, so let's try to make a spin-off, and it just let it be.
Right. Yeah, I think either do more of what works or just don't do anything at all. I think it's also an example of Hollywood just not knowing their audience. For certain movies, like the John Wick audience is a very specific audience, and if you're going to give them a spin-off of any character, you're going to have to sell them on it really hard, and you didn't.
Yeah.
And then you didn't even deliver, so it's not like, it's not like the trailers were bad, but the movie was good, which happens.
Mm-hmm.
But, apparently the movie just was not good either. Like another movie, War of the Worlds.
Oh boy, I have not seen this movie, but I've heard the tales of it, and I really want to see it because of how bad it is. This is a War of the World movie with Ice Cube as the main character. But here's the thing, I've not seen anything of this movie. What I know about it, though, is very strange, and that's the fact that it's all shot on a Zoom recording. So, like, the whole idea is that it's just, like, the whole shot is, like, him on his webcam, and he's just in his office as the world is coming to an end, which is a great idea.
Right.
And it's an interesting idea. Like, I know that, a movie way back in the day called Unfriended tried to do a similar thing and also failed. And there's so much potential for this idea of, like, a Skype call, Zoom call, like, horror movie, suspense movie, which would be really cool, but nobody seems to be able to do it right. And, yeah, I've heard that this movie is just, it's the worst movie of 2025. It is laughably horrendous, and I'm very curious to see it, so I might watch it at some point.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Apparently it got a, let's see here,
I know its Rotten Tomato scores are horrendous.
well, I think if you look at the audience scores, though, they're not too bad, but it's makes on account of its 0% tomato meter score after, now granted, 20 reviews, which is not a very good sample population.
Yeah,
but yikes. It's at 0.
I just don't see the point of making a War of the Worlds movie. Like, it's just
another one.
Well, yeah, like,
yeah,
I mean, the Tom Cruise one isn't good. Like, I don't know.
No, we already had one mediocre War of the Worlds movie. We did not need another one.
Yeah, like go watch the old 1960s War of the Worlds movie. That's a good War of the Worlds movie, but, like, because it kind of understood the source material, but, like, the rest of these, I don't know what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What else we have? Is that it for Hollywood?
That is it for Hollywood.
Okay.
We are We're going into the Has-Been Hotel, so we're going into the Indy. It's Indie time. I don't know. We're going to have to come up with, like, some transitional thingies at some point down the line, but, Yep, so Has-Been Hotel.
The Amazing Digital Hotel.
What?
Oh, I don't know. I said the Amazing Digital Hotel.
The Amazing Digital Hotel.
Daisy. I don't know.
So Has-Been Hotel has announced its Season 2 premiere on October 29th, 2025. So that's... and then it's also... Let's see here. There's something cast. Hold on. The title just says, and Fallout Boy casting confirmed.
Fallout Boy?
Yeah. Oh, Fallout Boy's Patrick Stump will be voicing Abel in Has-Been Hotel. Oh, okay. Abel is the son of Adam.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna be Adam's
That's
son.
cool.
That'll be interesting. Adam has a son? Ew.
Well, yeah, Abel. Cain and Abel.
I know, but like... that
he would obviously have a son.
But like, the way Adam is portrayed in the show, it's just like, who the hell did that? Eve, girl. Run.
We still don't know anything about Eve, which is interesting.
No, we don't. We do not.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for Season 2 of Has-Been Hotel.
Me too. I loved Season 1.
Yeah.
Season 1 was so much fun.
The hate for it is so forced.
Who is hating on it? I mean, I know people are going to hate on it, obviously. Okay, other than the fringe crazies that are like, this is the devil show.
No, people are just like, well, it's just stupid. The whole comedy is just cussing, blah, blah, blah. That's all they care. That's all they say. Mm-hmm. And they have no real, like, actual points about how it's bad. Like, I guess, like, one of the things that they say is like, oh, well, she only cares about world building and she lets her characters suffer because of it. Her character and plot suffer because of it. I'm like, bro, first of all, it's one season. Secondly,
right.
Secondly, like, I'm sure she has it, like, planned for, like, 6 or 7 or 8 seasons, something like that. Mm-hmm. And, like, I'm sure things will get developed more as we go along. But, like, I don't know. The hate for it, in my opinion, is very, very forced.
Yeah.
I don't think it's all deserved. I feel like a lot of it is really grasping for straws, just to hate on it because they're miserable and can't make anything themselves.
And that's mostly what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Jealousy.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that Vivian Madrano is a very talented woman who honestly should be an inspiration for indie creators in terms of getting your projects out there. Like, she should be someone to look up to, not try to, like, hate and bring down. That's just me kind of getting on my soapbox, though. But.
Yeah, yeah. Her as a creator, I agree. Like, her as a person, I don't know anything about her, obviously.
I've heard, like, accusations, but I've never seen proof.
Well, right,
like, that's the thing. Like, people can say shit. You can say shit, but, like, can you prove it? Can you give me actual proof without a shadow of a doubt that she is this way? And it's like, I honestly have not seen anyone be able to do that, so.
Well, it's listening to that kind of internet drama is just, I don't know.
It's pointless.
I think it's ill-advised for the most part. Like,
yeah.
It's just something that...
She doesn't seem to care, so that's good on her.
Right, like, yeah, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, as a creator, I agree, extremely talented, very determined, clearly.
Yes. And, workaholic, because she's taking on another show now, which is one of the things that we'll get into.
We can just segue right into that one.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the release date, so it's not like we have anything else to go on there.
Yeah.
But the Homestuck pilot, which is another...
Yeah, Vivzy Pop project. I know nothing of Homestuck. I know that it's absolutely massive, and it has a huge, huge fan base. Like... I remember when I was a teenager, when Homestuck was, like, the big thing, I would honestly get annoyed with it because it was fucking everywhere. On any internet forum that you ever went on back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, was flooded with Homestuck stuff and people making references to it. And I remember, I think I was like 16 and I was like, you know what? I'm going to check out this Homestuck thing. And I tried to get into it and I just couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was just because of how it was structured, because it is structured in like a point and click adventure game sort of thing.
Right.
Style. And that just wasn't my thing. It's just not my thing. And it was a bit too slow for me, but hopefully, with this animation, we'll get some more. Hopefully this pilot, takes off a bit quicker than Has Been Hotel in terms of
right, like
production.
If it's gonna happen, yeah.
Yeah.
When I said pilot, I really meant teaser. It's only 50 seconds.
Yeah, it's a teaser, yeah. It's a teaser for the pilot, I think.
Yeah.
Is kind of what it is, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'll watch it.
Yeah, like, I'm curious just because I like Has Been Hotel and I like Hell of a Boss. Like, both of those are fun.
Yeah.
Just really fun shows.
Yeah.
So, we'll see, but I'll throw out the Homestuck fans out there. I'm sure they're thrilled.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Alright, so moving on to something that you're a big fan of. I'm lukewarm on it still, but we'll see where it goes. The Digital Circus Episode 6 trailer.
Yeah, I really like this trailer. It was pretty funny. I like the Digital Circus quite a bit. I love the concept. I really like the characters. I like the world that they're trying to build. I really hope this is not a one season and done deal. I kind of hope that they continue it, that Gooseworks continues with it. Because, like Vivzy Pop, I see her as very talented, very creative, ridiculously creative, and honestly super funny. Her, or there, or her, there, he, his. I think they use literally all pronouns. But like her like humor style basically like completely fits mine, and I find a lot of her stuff absolutely hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And this next episode looks pretty funny. So I'm looking forward to it. But I think one of the things that I really like about Digital Circus is the quiet moments. Whenever things get quiet in that show, it gets it hits the right notes for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm super excited to see how these characters develop, especially after the developments of episode 5 that happened. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
If you have anything to add.
I mean, like I said, I'm still lukewarm on the show, so it's one of those things where it's like, for me, like, okay, well, we'll see where it goes. I the characters for me are just not the thing for the most part. Pomni's a little too saccharine is the best word I can think of.
What does that mean? Saccharine.
Overly cutesy and sweet, and like it's saccharine literally means like almost like sickeningly sweet.
So I feel like Ragatha's more saccharine.
I was gonna say she is too. I just couldn't remember.
But like that's her character flaws, that she is that way.
She's overly nice,
mm-hmm.
overly,
and because I mean Jax even fully criticizes her for that. And I feel like Pomni, that's kind of her character, like her character flaw as well, but in a different way, in that she lets people kind of lead her around a bit too much. She's a bit of a pushover, which like I'm interested. I really want to see these characters grow, especially Pomni, in terms of like growing more confidence in herself, which I feel is like definitely her overarching arc to start to like think for herself. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's just character flaws.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's character flaws, and then there's, for me, just mediocre character writing. But again, that's my opinion. No one has to give a shit about it. Like, it's just where I'm coming from. I don't really feel much chemistry between the characters. I don't think the dynamic works very well. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm still willing to keep watching it and just see where it goes. Like,
yeah.
I like parts of it. Like, I like Jax. He's funny. But I always like the asshole character.
Yeah. Kinger's my favorite character.
Kinger's pretty funny, too.
His whole part...
The mask character is a little...
Gangle.
Yeah, a little too Eeyore for me.
Yeah, she's supposed to be. I mean,
I get it. It's just not my thing.
I like Zubul and Kinger quite a bit. Because Zubul is just, I don't give a fuck sort of character, and, like, she fully shows that. But I like Kinger because I think to this day, the episode where they're in the haunted house is my favorite episode just because of Kinger's involvement and his character revelation in that arc is really not arc, but episode is really good.
Yeah,
I think the character writing for him especially is really good. But yeah, it's your opinion.
Yeah, it's just how it's. I just don't think it's my thing.
Yeah.
Is all it is.
Yeah.
But no, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
The next one I'm super excited about, though, which is the Lackadaisy Season 1 update that just got released on their YouTube channel not too long ago.
No, not too long. It was like a month ago. I'm super looking forward to Lackadaisy. The animation, just little, like, snippets that they show, like, just the animatics that they showed, look so good.
So freaking good.
And, like, you can tell that these people are super passionate about animation. Not only are they super passionate about it, but they're really good at it.
And it's 2D.
And
that makes me so happy.
Yeah, it's 2D animation. Like, when Jordan and I were watching it, we were like, this reminds us of, like, old school Disney, like Great Mouse Detective, and I think he said Fido Goes West.
Five-O Goes West.
Five-O Goes West, yeah.
So not a Disney film, but the Five, or like the American, what is it?
American Tail, yeah.
Yeah, those two movies. It looks a lot, but in a really good way, and it still has its own identity, but it looks a lot like Five-O Goes West or Great Mouse Detective. So it's just
or like Cats Don't Dance, if anyone remembers that movie at all. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that one too.
Like, I loved the pilot for this one. This is the one that I have been just freaking like, come on, give me something else. Ever since I saw this pilot, it outranked Has Been Hotel and everything. Like, I want to see more of this show. So there is a season 1 update. They also said that they had some exciting news
down the pipeline.
Yeah, coming soon, but not something they can release
quite yet.
I'm hoping it means it got picked up.
Me too. I'm hoping so.
Because they're at least in talks and nothing's finalized, but they're really, really close.
I really hope so, because I know that originally, if they, like, I think when it first came out, when they said, like, we're hoping someone picks it up, but if no one does, we're going to do it by ourselves. But the most that we can afford to make are, like, I think they said, like, 8 episodes, a half-hour long each, and that's it, and that's all they would be able to do.
These characters are freaking deep and complex, and you get it immediately, and I'm so looking forward to it, and they need more than 8 episodes. So I'm really hoping Amazon or Netflix or somebody pick them up.
I really hope so.
It looks so good.
I hope they picked them up, and I hope they are smart and did the same thing with Vivian with Has Been Hotel, and just let the creative team have full control over what it is. The production companies do not need to come in and tell them, no, it needs to be this way. No. I'm sorry, whose project is this? Not yours. Right. This is our thing. Like, creators need to stand up more against that shit.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how any of that works. I don't know how easy that is, but I agree that, like, if you're going to pick up a project, you're picking it up because it already has some traction and fan base, and the reason it has traction and a fan base is because the original creators earned it through what they did, through their art and their writing and everything. And so you coming in and throwing your corporate bullshit all over it ruins it. So just leave it the hell alone.
Yeah.
So that's my only thing with it being picked up, but I do hope it got picked up. That's my hope. I'm hoping.
Me too.
Because then they get the budget they need.
Yeah.
All right, I am going to reserve that one actually for next week as well. It's all the Leica projects.
Oh, yeah.
Just because there's so many of them. And so that might be our whole indie section next week, honestly.
Yeah.
So
It's a good one, though.
It is a good one. Okay, so moving on into our anime section. We're gonna be running way long, guys, but that's okay. There's probably like 2 of you listening right now, so
yeah.
it's these be early days. We will figure out our pacing.
Yeah.
So normally here at the beginning of the anime section, we were gonna start with that, right? The One Piece episode review of the week.
Yeah.
When it took a break, though, we went back instead of going all the way through Egghead. We went back and started my 3rd rewatch, your 4th of the whole thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And so we are not quite caught up. We have 6 episodes before we're caught up, but we just ended with let's see here.
Kuma just agreed with Vegapunk to let him
That's
do
right.
Spoilers.
Kuma, very big spoilers.
Kuma just agreed to Vegapunk to let him do the cloning project on him to save Bonnie's life. That's where we left off.
He just got her there.
Yeah. Man, I'm loving this backstory right now.
Oh, me too. It's my favorite backstory. Whenever animes do a backstory, even One Piece, I clinch up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Hold up, let me finish. I clinch up just a little bit because normally I am not I mean, I like backstory. I like backstory if I care about the characters, and I prefer it delivered in parts to get me interested and then to fully go into it. Like, I enjoyed Laws. I thought his was well done and needed. Like, you needed that story there to understand what was going on. I think same thing here with Kuma. In order to fully understand Jewelry Bonnie, you need this backstory. The one misstep Oda ever made was a freaking Odin. 20 billion episodes on Odin's backstory. I don't give a shit about this lunatic.
Yeah.
I don't care. He's dead.
It's important, but
it's not though.
Yeah, it is though.
It's
because
not,
because
it is.
You get so much from that.
What do you get? What do you get that you didn't already have going into
You get a lot of Roger and Whitebeard's backstories.
You could have jumped straight to that, though. Or you could have done that in a different way. We just had We just had overlap in Kuma's backstory. You cannot tell me that what we needed to get from that could not have been done through other people's backstories or a little mini, 3-episode break.
It wouldn't. Now I'm not saying that the Odin backstory is good. Let me fully disclaimer that, but I can understand why Oda made it the way he did.
For 20 plus episodes?
Yes.
No.
I can understand.
No.
Because Odin
that's a whole show, dude.
Odin is quite literally one of the most important characters in the world of One Piece because he is the last of the poneglyph makers. He's the last of that line. Like, Momo never learned how to read them. He was the last one to actually be able to write it, so it explains how Roger got to Raftel. Mm-hmm. And also how he left the message at Skypiea. And it ties all of that together. Not only that, but it also gives you a lot of good in-depth look into Shanks and Buggy, especially, those two. And an origin story for Blackbeard. So, it's such a good thing. I just hate that it's Odin. That's my problem with it. I love a lot of the stuff that's in Odin's backstory. I just don't like Odin. I don't care about Odin, but man, the stuff that's in there is really good. It's just when he leaves Wano, that's the best part of that backstory. And then when he comes back to Wano, that's when it starts sucking again. That's my opinion.
Okay, I'm sorry though, but again, my point stands. You could have communicated that in other ways. We didn't need Odin's backstory. You're right. Yeah. He's important, but he's important because he's this legendary mythical figure. Mm-hmm. And so you tell 20 plus episodes of this dude's backstory, you strip that away. He's no longer legendary. He's no longer mythical, not to the viewer anyway.
Yeah.
And as much as I didn't care about this dude before, I really didn't care about him after his fucking backstory. It made it worse. It's the one time that One Piece has ever, I've ever just been dude, Dallan, can we just look up what happens in this and move on? Which is what we did. And then you saw there's there's a bunch of Whitebeard and Roger stuff. We're oh shit, well we have to watch it.
Yeah, we have to watch it.
But if I feel like I have to watch, because again, 20 plus episodes, it is the length of Steins Gate. Okay, it is the length of most full first seasons or full runs of shorter anime series. It's Death Note. length. We didn't need it.
Yeah.
We did not need it. But anyway, going back to what's currently happening, we can talk about freaking Odin's backstory if you want to have a rant one of these days.
Yeah.
Or debate. We can debate it.
No, I agree with you. Well, I half agree with you. One Piece has never done me wrong with the backstories except for Odin.
That's the only one I can think of.
I love all of the backstories in One Piece so far that we've ever gotten. I've never once felt like, oh god, here we go, back to the past, you know?
It's not like Naruto.
Yeah, it's not like Naruto where I'm like, oh god, here we go. Freaking Kakashi's backstory for 60 episodes, you know? And like, it's actually important stuff that happens that makes you understand the character on a deeper level. And it's one... Kuma has definitely needed this. And it's just really well done. I love Kuma's backstory. I love how fucking depressing it is.
Oh my
god. It's by far one of the heaviest backstories we've gotten.
It's heavier than Law's.
Yeah.
Which is saying something.
Yeah. And it's but it's so good. Like I've always said with One Piece, its tone is king. I will always praise One Piece for its tone. It's so well done.
No, I agree, it's excellent. Like, I think I told you this last time we were watching. I was like, more people have died in this backstory than have died in all of One Piece so far combined.
Yeah.
Like, but I think that's maybe part of why I do enjoy it so much, is because I know Oda has a thing about killing characters, and I respect that. I don't have a problem with it in general. But it is kind of nice to see that he's willing to go there.
Oh, yeah. Like, and he's willing to go real brutal with it. Like, Kuma's father's death is one of the most absolutely horrific things that I think we've seen in One Piece. For a moment, I was like, God damn, are we watching a seinen show? Like, I was like,
that's
holy
what
shit.
It feels like now. It feels like dipping into seinen.
Which is cool. Yeah, I like that it's kind of making that adjustment. Because it's honestly grown up with the audience, and you know, I feel like that's really smart to do, because like, and like, if you're jumping into One Piece now, like, bro, go watch from the beginning and get there. Like, God, I had a friend, I'll talk about that later, but he basically stopped watching One Piece because he thought it was kid stuff, and I was like, first of all, I've known this motherfucker for 13 years, and I know he watches some kid shit. So, like, I don't know what that excuse is, but I called him a pussy, and that's where it ended. But because he couldn't handle the length. But anyway.
My 12-year-old boy mind turned
on. Yeah, no. It was meant to incite that, but yeah, no. It was just, yeah. Watch it from the beginning, man. Just do it.
No, it's so good. It's so worth it. It's so. I mean, again, I've watched it all the way through twice.
And I will always defend the length and say that it's exactly as long as it needs to be.
I agree. I think the pacing is exactly what it needs to be for what the show is. And if I don't know if the length bothers you, then
go watch One Piece, which I've never watched.
No, I've never watched it either.
But I've heard that it's pretty good. But it's supposed to be more manga pace accurate.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't know what that means. I don't know if I hesitate to watch it because I'm like, man, how much stuff do they cut out?
Well, I think in earlier episodes, part of it is that they would split one manga issue between 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And so the anime, but that's to give Oda time to write ahead so that they're not catching up to him.
We'll have to try One Piece at some point.
I love One Piece as it is, though. It's like I don't really need a shorter version. I'm good.
No, yeah.
I love every minute of it. So except for Odin. Yeah, you too, mister. I don't know if you can hear my cat.
Oh, you can.
He's agreeing with me.
Yeah.
He agrees with everything I say. Okay, so, but yeah, no, so that's, I don't know, I guess that's the episode review for now. It's, really excellent without going into too many spoilers. It's freaking good, and I can't wait to catch up with the rest of it.
Yeah.
All right, the next one is Freaking another one of my favorite shows, although I wish it were slower. Which is Demon Slayer. So there's 2 pieces of news here about the Infinity Castle movie. The first one I just thought was funny. Has cast Channing Tatum as a role. I don't know the name, so I'm assuming a demon. But
I did look up
really
the role.
Funny. Oh, what is it?
So it's going to show Akaza's backstory, and Channing Tatum plays as Akaza's martial arts instructor before he became a demon.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm interested in that.
So that's who he's going to play.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, so Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
He's going to be in Infinity Castle. Good for him.
It's cool that Channing Tatum, they're bringing in, like, Magic Mike to come play, a character
right.
in Demon Slayer. It's cool. However, one concern I have is that I don't want anime to become, or anime dubs. Well, I don't really care about anime dubs, but, like, they got to be careful with bringing in celebrity voice acting, because then your show ends up like Invincible, where, I mean, granted, you're not animating it. Invincible is where, like, they just brought in a whole bunch of celebrity voice actors, and it made it so expensive that they had to cut animation budget, and it just made it completely awful and horrible, and it's infamous for how bad the animation is in Invincible seasons 2 and 3. But, like, yeah, just be careful with that sort of thing, I guess. But then again, I don't really care about the dub, so.
Right, like, I won't be watching it regardless. I might look up some clips to see how the guy does.
Yeah,
but,
to see how he does.
I mean, yeah, on the one hand, yes, I agree with that. I would rather anime stay with voice actors. But at the same time, our anime voice actors, most of them are not that great. So maybe Channing Tatum will be able to elevate it. We'll see. And then the other one is there has been a teaser released for Infinity Castle that shows Tanjiro and Gyu
fighting Akaza.
Yep, facing off against Akaza.
Pretty cool.
That's really all it is, but looks good.
Yeah.
It's coming out next month.
Yes. September, yep.
I'm so excited to go see it. Do we get to go see it before or after Comic-Con? Or technically Salt Lake City
I think before.
Does it come out before?
Yeah.
I can't remember. We'll definitely do a review on that, though, when it does come out. All right, and then a couple of little pieces of news here. Actually, 2 that I think we're both really excited for.
Yeah.
Witch Hat Atelier just got an anime, or just announced their anime. Well, it's not a trailer. It was just an announcement.
Oh yeah, they had a trailer though.
They did. Yeah, a little bit of an animatic. Yeah, there.
And the animation is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. It looks like a Studio Ghibli film almost.
Yeah, and it also incites a very much free run as well.
Yeah, and free run. Yeah,
free run animation, which is also gorgeous. If you haven't watched free run, go watch it.
Go watch free run. Free run's excellent. But yeah, so I'm excited for that because I love the manga. I think it's super freaking cute.
Yeah.
And so that'll be we'll stay on top of that one for sure. And then the other really cool announcement that we got and teaser trailer is the Demons of the Shadow Realm, which is, if no one out there knows, is by the same author that did Full Metal Alchemist. So that should tell you what the caliber of this show is probably going to be.
I've read the first 2 volumes of this manga, and it is spectacular. It is so good. The characters are so interesting. The world building is superb. Go read it. Go read the manga. It's so good.
I still need to read it.
Cannot recommend it enough.
But what I've seen of it, I'm really excited for.
Yeah.
So I'm thrilled that this is getting an anime.
Yeah, I'm very excited. And the magic system is one of the coolest magic systems I've seen in a long time. So
the Japanese have a knack for magic systems.
Yeah, they do.
They're really good with their magic systems. Like
ridiculously good.
I feel like we here in the West tend to overthink it.
We always go Tolkien with it, and I feel like
not always.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You look at Brandon Sanderson, he goes the opposite. He over-explains the shit out of everything. It's like, bro, I don't need to know the physics and the mechanics of how this dude is doing what he's doing.
I guess
Tell me that he's doing it.
Very European with it. It's very much a stereotypical old wizards with pointy hats sort of magic. Even Brandon Sanderson is still kind of in that realm. But like you look at like how devil fruits and hockey and stuff work, and it's completely different from that.
Well, like,
or even how alchemy works in Full Metal Alchemist, like, it's
right,
completely different from that.
Well, see, and I'll give Brandon Sanderson credit here. He does come up with very unique magic systems. Like, I wouldn't say that he is kind of that pointy hat wizard. He's more along the lines of Full Metal Alchemist, where it's very kind of scientific. He's more harder magic. You know, with, like, set rules and explanations, and he knows how it works.
Yeah.
That's, like, one of the things that he does very, very well. I just wish I liked his books still, and I just don't. I'm sorry about that. But, like, I just don't, I can't get through them anymore. It's just the same stuff. But anyway.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, he is very good at that. But the one kind of drawback to that is that he needs everyone to know. That he's very good at coming up with magic systems, and he explains the shit out of it in meticulous detail.
Then you go over to, like,
book, and it's like,
you go over to Freerun, and it's like, it's only limited by your imagination. And, like, whether or not you can picture yourself doing it.
Right.
And, like, that's really cool.
Well, like, that's the old school stuff, too. The new age stuff is people kind of specialize in certain kinds of magic. Which is interesting. I like that dichotomy and that contrast in Freerun. But yeah, no, like, you don't get the mechanics of it. You don't get, like, But Full Metal Alchemist did that, but they did it well.
Yeah.
They did it always have to have explaining the shit out of it.
You always have to have something to trade off for it.
Right.
Of equal mass and measure and ingredient. And, like, I really love the magic system in Full Metal Alchemist. I think it's really well done. I really like the magic system in Clevitas. That's one of the coolest magic systems I've seen, especially since magic is new, which I've never seen in a fantasy story before, and that's fascinating, and I love it.
Yeah, no, I'm liking that show, too. But, like, going back to Brandon Sanderson for a second, just because I have to get this out now. Like, I really like the magic system in Mistborn. I thought that was extremely creative and fun.
The Allomancy.
Yeah. And then you get, like, Furukami, and you get other, what's the one with the blood? Or is that Furukami? No. The one that the Inquisitors use. I can't remember what it is now. But you get different types within this, larger umbrella, I guess. And it's, like, it's cool. If you can drink a metal and burn it, you can do certain things. And if you can drink more than one and burn more than one, you can do a lot of different things. And, but then you get into Stormlight Archives, and it's like, holy Lord Almighty. Jesus Lord, with these freaking breathing in the light and then doing whatever the hell, and then, like, turning it down to half, and then turning it up by a quarter, and then, like, bro, shut up. Just tell me that he's flying through the air. I don't need... And that's another thing Brandon Sanderson does, which started to drive me crazy, is he explains his fight scenes because you can tell the guy sees it in his head in this cinematic style. I was like, but you're writing a book. You're not showing a movie, and you're not drawing graphic novel panels. You are writing a book. I do not care that he started burning a different metal, going back to Mistborn, to launch himself to the right, and then had to burn another one to go upwards, and it's like, dude, calm down. That is my Brandon Sanderson rant for the day. Okay, we're finally through all of our little topics, and how long have we been talking? An hour and 13. Okay.
We have like a half hour. We have a half hour to get into...
Maybe like 15 minutes shorter is what we're aiming for in general, but that was actually pretty damn close. I thought we were going way over. I was like, dude.
No.
Okay, so since we had a lot of One Piece news and One Piece talk this week, we thought we would start our deep topics off with a character analysis of Luffy.
Monkey D. Luffy.
Monkey D. Luffy.
The future pirate king and captain of the Straw Hats.
Yep.
And probably, in my opinion, the best protagonist ever written. Like, there's some pretty good leads out there. Like, I love Freerun. And
Edward Elric.
Edward Elric.
Really
and
good.
I freaking love Clevitas, even though he's a complete bastard. Okabe is really good, too. But, man, Luffy just has this freaking spark to him that makes him so unique and different from any other protagonist that I've ever really seen before. The only one that comes close to him in terms of personality is Goku from Dragon Ball. But even like Goku was, he had his stereotypes. With Luffy, there's none there. It's this completely just like ball of originality in terms of like you would never think in a million years that this kind of character would work for a long-term story like this, epic grand story like this, but it does, and you can tell that Oda loves writing him. Like he loves writing him out and just figuring out what he's gonna do, how he thinks, and that's just he's honestly just a magical character.
No, I agree. I think one of the reasons that I got into One Piece in the first place, like when we first watched that first episode together, was the way that he's introduced, and I don't know how you can watch the first episode of One Piece and not get sucked in immediately, and instantly love this character and want to know where he's going and what he's gonna do. Yeah, because he's this really unique, fascinating combination of what you see is what you get. He doesn't hide shit. He doesn't lie. He doesn't.
He's horrible at lying.
Yeah, he's horrible at lying. He doesn't manipulate. He doesn't show. He doesn't put on, airs. He doesn't put on masks. He is what he is, and what you see is what you get. But at the same time, all the way up through, I would say, Saba Odi, I think, is the last time Luffy surprised me. And then from then on, I think in Saba Odi, it's funny, I think it takes until Saba Odi to get the absolute full scope of his character.
Yep.
And I think that's why Oda was brilliant in putting his backstory where he puts it after Marineford. Yep. You don't get his backstory. You get everybody else's.
You're not entirely sure where he comes from. You know that he ate the gum fruit because Shanks left it out on a bar.
Yeah.
And he got mad and ate it. But that's it. That's all you know about his backstory. That's all you know about his childhood.
Yeah, no, exactly. And so I think that's brilliant because you're learning about him in every single arc and every single episode all the way up until after Marineford. And then when he spoilers, again, for anyone who has not watched One Piece, you may not want to listen to this part of the podcast. But when he punches the Celestial Dragon, knowing full well what's going to happen, that's when you finally, the whole process of getting to know Luffy and who he is and what makes him tick, that's where it kind of culminates.
Yeah.
And after that, you're not really shocked by anything he does anymore, but you're with him because he's just he doesn't care. This thing is wrong. You are hurting someone I care about. I don't give a shit who you are. I'm gonna lay your ass out.
Yeah.
And so, but I think, I don't know. It's one of the only times, and I think you and I have also observed this. I don't think there's a single episode where you're ever in Luffy's head.
You're never in his head.
And
you never get to hear his thoughts.
No, that's brilliant because so many shonen shows rely on you being in the protagonist's head. You're never in his head. You're almost no one goes internal and you get internal thoughts. You get them from a few characters.
You get it from Usopp and I believe Zoro a couple of times, but very, very few times does it actually happen.
It's very rare. And so there's no internalized storytelling, but with Luffy in particular, I just think that works really, really well.
It has been confirmed that there's never been a speech bubble for Luffy, ever.
Or a thought bubble.
Okay,
see, that's what I thought. When we rewatch the show again, we're going to have to pay really close attention. I don't think it ever happens once in the anime.
It doesn't.
No.
I think it's been confirmed that it doesn't. People have analyzed it and they said no, you never get to hear his thoughts.
Yeah, no, you are never in his head. And I love that. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, I think that's great. And it's honestly a risky move by Oda, especially at the time, making a shonen show where you're going to be with this character for a while. And it is a risky move to never show what he's thinking internally. But that's kind of also brilliant in the same way of you don't really need to because he says what he thinks.
Yeah, there's no filter there.
Yeah, he never hides anything from anyone. He'll tell you what he means. And I like that because then everybody knows. Like, everyone around him knows where he stands, what he believes in, and what he's planning on doing. And the only time that you get an obfuscation is when he tells the crew after Wano his true goal. It's the only time that happens.
Right, when you just don't get to hear it.
You just don't get to hear it.
Yeah,
but it's like the story Oda picked you up, put you over here, and said, later.
Not yet.
Yeah, and like that was like the one time that he's ever done that, which makes you all the more invested into what that could be. Luffy is just a box full of surprises, honestly. Throughout the whole show, one of the scenes that really stands out to me, well, there's actually a few, but one of the scenes that stands out for me, and it's the first one that I remember being like, that's strange, is when they're walking in Alabasta, they're trying to get to the capital, and Vivi starts talking about how much, like, she needs to do this, and Luffy just sits down, and people are like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm done, I quit. Yeah. I'm not doing it anymore.
Yep.
I'm like, what do you mean you quit? And he's like, well, if she, like, and basically it turns out, if she's not willing to freaking put all of our lives on the line, if she's not willing to not go out and be a martyr, right, and let us help her, because while we're helping her, she doesn't actually truly want us to help her. She thinks it's all on her. When we're friends, we should share the load here. And that was the first time for me that Luffy really surprised me. And that was for me when I fully fell in love with this character. And then it's compounded upon by Water 7 and the whole conflict with Usopp.
I love that part.
That was that scene, that episode, when they're in the ship and they argue. And then the following episode, when they have the duel, that is when I knew that One Piece, I was gonna be ride or die, because for the beginning, like past that, I was like, it's good, you know, I can drop it at any time. After those two episodes came out, for one, that solidified Usopp as my favorite character in the entire show. For another, that solidified Luffy and Zoro as like, God, these guys are serious about this. And then for a third one, I'm like, I can't drop this show. Like, that was when internally for me, I was like, I can't drop this. I need to see what happens with these characters, because I found myself so utterly invested in them. Just glued to the screen. And it's something that a show has honestly never gotten me to do since.
Yeah.
It's just like, God, like it gives me goosebumps even thinking about it now.
Yeah. No, I agree. Water 7 was definitely where I was kind of the same way. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I didn't love it until Water 7.
Yeah.
And I loved Luffy from the beginning, but, you know, the show itself, didn't love it until Water 7. I was like, damn, okay, this is what I'm here for. And then going back and rewatching it, though, just makes, like, after you've seen Water 7, you freaking love the entire show.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I love the whole thing. Like,
yeah.
I'll watch it until the day I die.
Yep, it's so good. And, yeah, like, Luffy's just a great character. And to see him develop...
develop but not change.
Yeah, develop but not change. He grows but doesn't change.
It's a really... Like, as a writer, and I feel like we should get more into, like, the nitty-gritty of...
How he's written.
Yeah, how he's written and exactly what Oda's doing. And I mean, you could write a freaking PhD level thesis about that.
Yeah, you could write a book.
Yeah, you could write a book on Luffy. But, shoot, ADHD brain kicked in. What the hell was I gonna say? What were we talking about?
Well,
Water 7.
yeah, like one of the
so
things.
I'm trying to go back and pick my train back up. What the hell was it? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, what I was just gonna say, one of the things that I really enjoyed about how he's written is that he starts off, pretty strong, in terms of that, and he gets stronger and stronger as each arc goes on, and like, then you get to like Eni's lobby, where he discovers second gear and third gear, and you learn he's shortening his lifespan by doing these things, which really shows that he's willing to put it all on the line for Robin, who is his friend, and like he's not gonna back down from that. And then it keeps going and going and going, and you realize in Thriller Bark how much he actually self-sacrifices himself for his crew. He puts himself on the line for them all the time, and Zoro tells the rest of the crew, we need to start picking up the slack, because otherwise we're gonna end up with a dead captain. Like, right. we can't keep going on like we've been going on.
Right? Yeah, you can't keep relying on him completely. To pull your asses out of the fire.
Yeah, exactly. And so like that's a great example of how the crew develops with him.
Right.
And then you get to Saba Odi, and they are far out of their league. Luffy is far out of his league.
So far.
And he realizes it. He knows, and he's like, the thing that comes to his mind first is the safety of his crew and his friends, and he tells them all to scatter and get the hell out of here, and we'll meet up. And then they all get separated, and he loses them. And God, that scene where he breaks down is one of the most heartbreaking moments in all of One Piece, in my opinion. It's so...
And it works so well because, A, it's the first time you see him lose.
Yeah.
It's the first time you see him lose confidence in himself that he can do this. Like, because that's the thing about Luffy, and I kind of remembered what I was going to say, is that he's a really fascinating and unique protagonist because, again, he develops, but he doesn't change.
Yeah.
His core fundamental beliefs and his motivations and his values and all that, none of that changes. Most of the time, especially in Western media, that's what a character arc is that you change in some fundamental, deep way. Luffy's kind of the opposite. He I'm going to say this again, develops, but he doesn't change. He gets stronger in what he believes in and what he wants. Like, it just hardens for him as he goes.
Yeah.
And Saba Odi works so well because it's the first time you see him lose a fight. It's the first time you see him lose his friends. It's the first time you see him lose not only confidence, but just like, I mean, that whole part later, again, massive spoiler, after he loses Ace. Yeah, where he's like, what the hell am I doing? What the hell was I thinking? Like, this was the
Screw the One Piece.
Right, screw the One Piece. What the hell was, like, who the hell am I to think I can go get the One Piece? And, like, finally you see this crisis of confidence that you would expect to see earlier on, but you don't because he's just so... He's so adamant that, like, no, I'm going to get this.
Yeah.
And this is his first real test, and really maybe the only real test as to, like, okay, this is what it's going to take to get this thing. Do you really want this?
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And so...
And also, remember what you still have.
Right, exactly. And so, yeah, it's just... I would need to sit down and write for hours to be able to fully dissect how Oda does this.
Because, you could make a whole synopsis on just the scene between him and Jinbei when he fully breaks down.
Yeah, because at that time, he, like, right after he loses his friends, he still has something to hold on to. He's going to go find them. Yep. Like, they're, But then after that, he finds out that Ace is going to get executed, and so he's got this goal and he's got this thing, and, like...
He's, like, laser focused on it, to the point where he even forgets about the One Piece entirely.
Yeah, he puts everything on hold, and he goes after his brother. And, again, this is the second time he gets hit with his double whammy of, you lost. You couldn't do it, you couldn't get there, you freaking lost.
Yeah. Well, and it's also because of him that Ace even died, because he dropped the Beaver card, and... Like, in that moment of weakness, in that moment of clumsiness, Sakazuki, of course, sees that, takes advantage of it, and tries to kill him. and Ace gets in the way and saves his life.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's a lot of self-blame there, too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think maybe the writer's takeaway from that is if you really want to create this moment where your main character just breaks and it hits you so hard. I cried.
Oh, I'm tearing up just talking about it, dude.
It was so, and it's so, to this day, it's so visceral to watch Luffy after he loses his friends on Saba Odi, and then after he loses Ace. Like, you feel it in your freaking soul. So if you want to create that, you know, you can take a page from what Oda did, which is you make a character who's very, very strong in their convictions and their beliefs and their confidence. Like, they know they can do this, they're gonna go do this, no one can tell them otherwise. And then you push them to that point where it's like, can you do this?
Yeah, you throw a complete curveball at them.
Yeah. Like, can you do this, though? Like, no one to this point has really actually challenged you on that because you've been able to overcome everything.
Yeah.
Now you've hit this part where you cannot overcome this, at least not right now. What are you gonna do? You gonna give up, or are you gonna keep pushing for it and just take the time that you need to take to learn, you know, what you need to know? And so I think that's what makes that work so well. And then, actually, I don't know. I didn't have it. I didn't have an end.
I was just gonna say, like, the next part that you really truly get to see Luffy develop. Well, there's two parts that come to mind, because during Fishman and Punk Hazard, Luffy's back to his old self. He's back to being that
grieved,
confident.
He's recovered. Yeah.
And then you hit Dressrosa.
My favorite arc.
Where
Love Dressrosa.
After losing his brother, he's brought back together with Sabo. Which is a great scene.
I love that scene.
I know a lot of people don't like Sabo's return. They see it as a cop-out. But I think it's exactly what Luffy needed at the time. And it gives him more confidence to do what he does. But then, and this is one of my favorite things about Luffy, is that he's a pirate, right? He is not on the right side of the law. He's not a person who is part of the societal, like, good, right? Like society deems him a villain.
Right.
But despite what society says about him, he is a good person. He's always been a good person, and he'll continue to be a good person. But Dressrosa is one of those times where it almost kind of pushes him to the limit because of how wicked and evil Doflamingo is towards everyone.
Yeah.
And, like, the amount of unfairness there that he witnesses just... God, it just twists his soul to the point where he's like, I cannot stand you. Like, out of all of Luffy's villains that he ever comes up against, I think Doflamingo would be the one where he's like, I almost cannot forgive you. Like, I almost cannot freaking, like, come to terms with you.
Right.
Like, almost every other villain, like, even Crocodile, he was able to kind of, like, be like, you know...
You're like, I don't want to work with this guy.
Yeah.
But Ivankov is like, we need him, though.
Yeah. And he's like,
fine.
okay, fine. With Doflamingo, I don't know if he would give Doflamingo that inch. Like, I don't know.
That's why I really want to see that. Because one of my favorite tropes in any media, any story ever, is unlikely allies. I really want to see a scenario where he has to go to Doflamingo for something.
Yeah.
I want it so bad. And I don't know if I'm going to get it, but I really want it. Because, again, this is another writer's takeaway. Like, it's a really good idea to think of the things that your character would never in a million years do, and then you figure out a way to make them do it.
Yeah.
You put them in a situation where it's like, shit, I have to do this because there's no other way. And then you do it. And that's how you get really compelling and interesting stories.
Yeah.
Storytelling is I think that's the backbone of really good storytelling. I think that's why One Piece and Luffy is as good as they are. That was not a very good sentence, but it's because, you know, there are several times throughout the show where Oda does come up with, okay, this character would never do this, or, you know, this would be almost impossible for this character to overcome. Now I'm gonna hit them with it. What are they gonna do?
How do they get over it? Yeah.
Yep. So, and I think Luffy just like the character of Luffy. Oda just does that so well with him.
Yeah.
And with all of them. But,
yeah.
But definitely Luffy, and so I really hope we get to see the Doflamingo unlikely allyship. I really want to see it.
We'll see. And then probably the last big development. Well, there's actually I think two more. The one in Whole Cake, with Sanji, which kind of combines the conflict of him and Usopp, kind of combines that, because it's again another of his crew kind of turning their back on him. However, it's more also a combination of not only Usopp but also Robin, because it isn't his choice to do so. So it's about like not only reconciling with Sanji, but also saving him from himself. And it shows that Luffy knows his crew so well.
Yes.
He's incredibly socially smart.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to his crew. He knows his crew like the back of his hand. That's why whenever people are like, Luffy's stupid, he's really not.
He's freaking smart.
He's really smart. He just shows it in a completely different way.
He's people smart.
He's people smart, yeah. He's very smart when it comes to the heart and the soul and everything like that. Because he knows that Sanji doesn't want to do this. He knows that Sanji's being forced to do this. And he's like, dude, I'm here for you. Let me in. Let me in. And it's... I love Whole Cake. It's so good.
It's a great arc, too. The whole scene with him, like, where Sanji's yelling and Nami slaps him, and then later when Sanji goes out to find him in the rain, like, it's just... And he takes him his food.
Yeah,
like, you can just... There's just so much care and love between the characters of One Piece that is... Oh, it's so heartwarming. It's so good. It's so good.
It is so good.
Every person needs to watch One Piece. I think the world would be a better place.
It would.
Everyone just
honestly
watched One Piece.
It has really good messages in it, too.
It
has really good morals, and it's just really well done. And then the last part that I really want to talk about is when he loses to Kaido in Wano. Temporarily, but it is a devastating loss. It's one that completely splits up the Straw Hats.
Kaido one punches his ass.
He one shots him.
Yeah.
And it forces Luffy to take a step back and not fall into despair like he did last time, and kind of just look at it more from an objective standpoint of, okay, that didn't work. What can I do now to make that happen? And that's that part where he gets sent to the prison and he starts learning the new technique. Is so good because it shows that growth. Because it's like, well, if Luffy got, hit once like that, and then all of the rest of his crew got completely shattered, like it did in Sabaody. If he didn't go through the things that he went through with Sabaody and Marineford, he would not have taken it as well as he did. When he's still pissed off. He's still freaking pissed off that he lost.
Yeah.
But he takes a step back, he takes a moment, and he realizes what he did wrong, and he goes back in with new knowledge and better power to deal with it. And it shows that growth of not giving up and, kind of strengthening his resolve. It shows that he's definitely a different person, at least when it comes to learning that kind of thing, than he was from episode 1. Yeah. He kind of can accept defeat better, and he learns from it.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's a great progression of that character.
Well, it is because he, if you really want to step back and take a larger kind of, what's the life lesson you can gain from One Piece, and from Luffy specifically, you get to see him grow up and mature in a way that everyone has to at some point, which is yeah, you can go along and you can, you can be good and solid in life for a while, but at some point, something's going to come and it's going to smack you down. And it's going to smack you down really freaking hard. And what you do after that, how you respond to that, is going to determine how you respond to things in the future. Like you said, if he hadn't gone through Saba Odi and he had somehow managed to kind of skate his way through up to Kaido, like, Kaido would have broken him. Yeah. And then Kaido would have killed him. Like, there wouldn't have been a Kuma there to save his ass and get him out of it.
No.
Kaido would have just obliterated him.
Yeah.
And so he, as much as everything in Saba Odi and Marineford hurt, and as hard as it was for him to go through, from all of that, he gains the strength he needs to keep moving forward. Yeah. And so, again, if you want to really, really dive deep into One Piece for the life lessons to take from that, it's that, you're going through some shitty times. It sucks. I'm not going to say it doesn't. It absolutely sucks. But on the other side of it, you're going to be more capable of dealing with things than you were before all that shitty stuff happened. So,
and I would kind of expand on that and say that it also teaches that you can grow without radically changing yourself and who you are.
Yeah, your core doesn't have to change.
Yeah.
And, going
you can
back,
still grow and develop.
Right. And going back to, like writing, because I think this is another one of the... Because if you really think about it, a lot of anime protagonists are like this. They develop, but they don't change who they are at their fundamental level. Whereas I think Western media has this tendency to create an extremely flawed, sometimes almost unlikable main character just for them to develop and become a better person or whatever. Yeah. And that's not your only option. No. As a writer out there, as a creator, you can go with the more, Luffy approach, which is he knows who he is, but, he has to face a shit ton of obstacles and kind of figure out exactly how he's going to navigate the world without losing himself. And so it makes him, I think people would probably argue that he's static, but he's not.
No.
He's extremely dynamic.
Yeah, he's incredibly dynamic.
Again, it's just he develops in a different way than what we're used to seeing here in the West, I think, with our storytelling. Yeah. But yeah, so good writer's takeaway though. You can create the character that you want to create with the values and personality and all of that you want them to have. But just find different ways of challenging them and let them mature and grow more into that person. Yeah. Strengthen everything that you build, at the beginning. Strengthen their foundation, because that's what Luffy does. I think that's one of the reasons why he is such a likable protagonist. Why... Sorry, I'm getting a really dry throat. Why... I don't know how you watch One Piece and you don't love Luffy.
No, yeah. I don't understand that. He's honestly just the heart of the show.
He is,
him and the rest of the Straw Hats are honestly just the heart of the show. And his relationship with each of the Straw Hats is like a massive part. And to see those friendships grow and develop as well, and to see those different dynamics and how they all different, like how he interacts with each of them differently, and how they respond to him, is like one of the biggest draws, in my opinion, of the entire show.
I think Oda's probably the most skilled person I've ever seen. And I'm not saying he doesn't have missteps, because he does, and we've talked about them, but one of the most skilled people I've ever seen at juggling a large cast. Yeah. Like, it's impressive.
He's really well... Yeah, it's really well done. And... Like, that's, like, that, just writing-wise, I like the fact that, he treats all of his crew members the same, but also different. Like, he knows their quirks, he knows what they like, he knows what they dislike, he knows what will annoy them, and what he can get a laugh out of, and then he knows, like, the things that you don't cross with them. And he knows when someone says something that could hurt someone in his crew, he will step up and he'll be like, hell no. But also he knows that he can let them fight their own battles. He has confidence in them, and it's just this. Yeah, it's just great. It's just great dynamic.
Well, just tangentially too. That's why Doflamingo is my favorite villain, because he's a direct mirror of Luffy, and that's the one thing they have in common.
Yeah, he knows this crew like the back of his hand.
He knows his freaking crew, and for the most part, Doflamingo seems to genuinely care, at least to a point.
Mm-hmm.
Like
if you fuck him over, he's not going to care.
Right, you directly betray him, you're done. But if you just mess up, he actually gives you a lot of leniency. Like, he goes and picks up, what's the fae? The spinny...
Buffalo.
Yeah,
and
Buffalo.
Baby 5.
Yeah, Buffalo and Baby 5. And they're like, we're sorry, boss, we screwed up. And he's like, no, it was my fault.
Yep,
like,
I
love that about Doflamingo. And that's one of the best moments, like, character moments that he has. Because you're like, oh, damn, he's a villain. He is awful to everyone else on this island. He's a horrible person. But there's like a little bit of redeeming something there, because he genuinely does care about his family and want to keep them intact.
Or him and Diamante, where he's like, I'll give it to you. He's like, no, I don't want it. Come on. He's like, no, I don't want it. No, I'm all good. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop. Right. He's like, no, I want it. I want it. Give it to me. Like, he knows how Diamante works.
Yes.
And so, like, he's
Luffy's, although Luffy doesn't use it to...
manipulate.
Right, to manipulate, well,
I don't even know if that's manipulation. I feel like that's kind of like playing around. Like,
well, it's working with their quirks. Yeah, it's working with their eccentricities, and he just does it, and he doesn't get impatient, and he doesn't mind doing it.
No, yeah.
Like, I think if Luffy wanted someone to do something, and they didn't just want to do it, like, I think he would do the same thing, probably. Yeah. It's just that's not how Luffy operates. He's the captain, but he's not necessarily the
I'm sure
leader.
He would tell Zoro there was like booze over there if he wants Zoro to go over there.
Right. But for the most part, whereas Doflamingo is good at getting his family to like kind of work together, Luffy just kind of does what he wants to do, and he trusts that everyone else is going to be cool.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be fine.
And they are.
And
that's what makes their crew so special, is like they even though they have this captain that's completely wild and crazy and
he's a wild
and
card.
Off the wall, they have learned to adapt to it, for one, and they work with it, and they respect it, and they love that about him.
Yes.
Like, they genuinely love that about him. They're like, you're not going to be able to talk him down from this. Whatever, whenever someone else tries it. He's like, don't worry about it. He'll be fine. Yeah. Like
especially Zoro. Like, Zoro's the other one that Luffy's, like, heart and soul smart, but, like, Zoro sees people. He's freaking a genius with people. You almost cannot fool him.
No.
That's why he's my favorite character.
He knows when you're lying. He knows when you're being untrustworthy.
Yeah,
like,
he knows when to keep an eye on you, and I freaking love him.
Yeah,
he knows exactly what makes
maybe one day we'll do a Zoro one, because we can definitely talk about that scene where they're trying to decide whether or not to let Usopp back.
Oh, I love that. I love everything about Zoro in that
It's
scene.
such a great scene.
It's a fantastic scene.
And
Zoro has so many character moments.
Like, that shows a
my boy.
That shows a character flaw in Luffy, and that he is too trusting, and he is too...
Well, he's too lenient.
He's too lenient,
to forgive, and Zoro's like,
but that's why he needs Zoro.
Yes.
And that relationship works so symbiotically. Like,
yes.
It's so well done.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's our analysis of Luffy.
Slash gushing.
Because he's so freaking good.
He is so good. Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll probably do more on characters, especially anime characters, on this. I think doing one on Mike McCluskey would be very interesting to do.
I would love to do Mike McCluskey.
Yeah, from Mayor of Kingstown. He's pretty fascinating. And then I think eventually we want to do like Freeran or Edward Elric or one of those characters.
We'll have a huge list, but we're also in these deep dive sections going to do more than just character analysis.
Yes.
So next week will probably be something else.
Yeah, like we'll do like a topic that we want to talk about. Or maybe a movie review if we've seen a movie recently.
Yep, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Kind of want to go see Weapons this weekend.
Okay.
See if we can swing that. But
okay.
I think that's it.
I think so. Which is good because my iPad's dying.
I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Plot Pill Podcast. We are going to be trying to do this format from now on.
Yep.
Going forward.
Unless we hear from anyone that it really, really sucks.
Yeah. But I think it worked.
I think so.
The flow worked really well.
I think so.
So I think it's going to work really well. There's also going to be multiple other developments that we are working on right now, such as getting a camera, and also being able to set up a set, which is super exciting. I'm very excited to work on that, and to have it be more, I guess, professional.
It's just more engaging.
More
you'll
engaging.
Be able to see us.
Yeah, you'll be able to see us, and
my beautiful cat and my.
I think the audio will be a bit better
yeah.
when we have two microphones that we each have. So we're working on things. We're developing it. But yeah, this episode will be coming out on, I think, Sundays.
Yeah.
Sundays during the day. It's gonna be probably like noon. That's when I'm going to schedule these things, and they're going to come out every Sunday at noon, and that's when the Plot Pone Podcast regular scheduled programming will be. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!
See ya.